Mic test. Mic check. All right. Good to go. We'll be starting here in just a few minutes, y'all. Oh, why hello there, Trading View world, and I guess YouTube world, and wherever the hell else I have this streaming at. I can't remember. I just click buttons on OBS and let it ride. Hope y'all are having a beautiful hump day. It is everyone's favorite day. It's Fed Day. Yay. Isn't that so exciting? Get to listen to Powell talk. I mean, I don't listen to that shit. Don't care. Don't care. We are no noise. I am Z Rex. It is 10:25 in the AM on the 20th of freaking March of 2024. This quarter is almost over already. Crazy, I know. Just time be flying. So the older I get, the faster it goes. I can't imagine when I'm like 50 or 60, it'll be like a month will feel like a day. An evening, it'll be like every other day is Christmas at that point. Anyway, oh, hope y'all's week has been great so far. It's been kind of dreary down here in Central Texas, just kind of getting the little spring showers. I'm having to mow my yard every other freaking day. Yay. Y'all don't care about that, though. Let's talk about some price action because we got some things to talk about as Mama Bear sold off a little bit this week, as we discussed on Monday that it was going to go to zero. And not obviously joking there. Um, it did not go to zero. We're fine. But we are just testing over here. Now, we did close below this Tuesday candle. That does kind of suck. NGL does kind of suck. But we are catching bid right where we should be on the deepest of retracements, which is this trend line. Which, if y'all don't remember that or you're new to the show, that trend line is the same trend line that every single freaking rally and bullish cycle has literally printed. I don't know why they're the exact same angle. Pretty weird. It is what it is, though, and I just noticed that it did started. It did started. It was great English there. It did start to form that trend line. As of about pretty much this year, really late January or so. So yes, is this the weakest that we've seen the trend in this whole entire year? Yeah, maybe besides this little blip in the very beginning, mid-January. But this is just riding the trend line. So as long as bulls defend, this is the super test here. They should be able to snap from this area pretty swiftly, and they should defend this. And I'm thinking by the end of this week on spot price, which is Sunday evening, they should be able to get back over 65, 66,000. If that does not occur by the weekend and we start breaching, you can see Monday is right here where my cursor is, and we start breaching this trend line, that's not going to be a good sign for the bulls. So we don't have to try to manifest that right now because I know everybody wants to be uber bullish. But hey, the chart does what the chart does. And right now, the bulls should be defending this area with lots of strength. If not, then we're going to have to question them. And also, over the next couple of days, you can see this bottom of this Tuesday candle is about 64K. And you can already see we rallied pretty much right up to it. And we're already stalling just a little bit. Now the Fed meeting's at 1 o'clock, and everybody freaking talks about and has their eyes glued to that shit for whatever. I mean, yes, they do control lots of rates and they do have a lot of influence on the markets, but here at No Noise, I was about to go off on like a little joke there. we we don't care about noise. We don't care about any of the news or none of that shit. I'm not going to do it right now, but in the past videos we've gone through like SPX and NASDAQ and showed that the Fed meeting is kind of like, for the most part, is a non-event and it just respects the chart anyway. So that's what we like to do. We just like to watch the charts. But as we come back to this trend line tested, this is exactly where the bulls should be defending with lots of strength. And they better do that by pretty much the end of the weekend. Because if it just goes sideways from here, by Monday, we will breach this trend line. And then we'll have something else to talk about. I don't think that it would be very healthy for bulls to start losing much more than what we've already lost at this point, which is about 20%, I believe. Yeah, about 18%. So and let's go to total market cap real quick. Because look at this, man, just to illustrate some profit taking here. We've got, what is that, $500 billion sold off since the mid-March high put in at about 270. All right, let's zoom out real quick and see kind of where we got relative to major structure. Yeah, see, this is actually a good spot too to kind of catch bids, is right around this 2.3 handle. So again, kind of got confluence there with Mama Bear. The still the still thing. The one thing that's, we still are very high above the 21 EMA. It's about 30% still. And we had gotten up to, what is this? About 30. Oh, I'm sorry, 35. So we're a little lower, like 20 something. Yeah, 22. But regardless, you can see in the bull trends and even the sell-offs, it does stay and float above the 21, like pretty far, about 15-20%, with a couple little taps on the weekly here and there. You can see back over here in 2017, we had this big sell-off, 23%, and the next week it immediately got engulfed. So we're kind of looking for behavior like that. And we are seeing that on some of the shit coins. We'll go through those in a second. TrueCoin, most notably, and also STX, which is a Ordinals kind of Bitcoin hybrid little thing there. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, just bulls, come on, defend this area, or you're kind of a bitch right now. So don't do that. Futures, oh, look at that, sitting right on the 21 like that. And it has not broken its Tuesday candle. I'm sorry, not futures, GBDC, my bad. GBDC has not broken Tuesday's candle and is hovering on the 21. That's interesting behavior with a little doji here too. This implies also the same thing for future or for spot price. Hey, defend this area. This actually looks kind of good. I kind of like the way that's set up there. Let's go to the weekly. And we do have a couple of weeks open and close. What is this close right here? Is 56.70. And so we're pretty much, right on that right now. So our 56.90, whatever, 20 cents. If this weekly open and closes above this all-time high or previous all-time high back in 21, that would be super sexy. That would actually be 3 weeks of open and close above the previous all-time high. Now, we won't know that till Friday at around 3, 4 o'clock, but that would actually look pretty damn good. Let's go to futures real quick since I decided to skip those. And also futures looking pretty nice as long as we're staying above 64K, 64 and a half. We could potentially have almost a couple of candles open and close above that. And the futures are actually still above this trend line from the lows. This is adding more confluence with spot price being at a very serious place for the bulls to defend. This actually does look pretty good, and you can see spot actually tapped it this morning or overnight or whenever it was, and immediately rallied up back above the 21. So this is exactly the behavior we need to see. You can actually see it is above the Tuesday candle already. So futures and GBDC are kind of saying, no, that's just a little liquidation break. We're just getting ready for more pumpage. This is exactly what I want to see for the bulls. I know people are freaking out and all that shit, but hey, dude, when something goes up 69% actually, because we don't want to round that up to 70, do we? When something goes up 69% in less than a month, it's okay if it goes down 10, 20%. And Bitcoin is known for doing that in its mega rallies, for taking around 20% dumps as it goes to the upside, give or take, you know. It's not an exact science, this voodoo chart reading stuff, right? Don't forget, we're all watching the same movie. Ethereum actually got real nasty. This one does look worse, no doubt. You can see we even closed below the 55. We have not been below the 55 since this pump started in the very beginning of the year. And it did get caught by structure over here. So that's what we're kind of looking for. And again, same MO as Mama Bear, right on these trend lines that go to the lows, lows. Again, we're breaking above those, and now we're just retesting to confirm that we've got bullish action. This is not terrible. It only gets, well, maybe terrible is the wrong word. It only gets more bearish if we start breaching some of these levels. And again, that's going to take also at least a week or two if that were to happen, because one candle does not make a trend. But these are getting the reactions we'd like to see off of these trend lines. So far, looking just kind of like a liquidation break. And what is this? Oh, look at that. 25% little shakeout. Not too bad there. That's scaring some panties off some people. Oh, beautiful. Same thing. We're getting confluence with the futures. I really like that. I really like this candle. If this closes like this, hammer, especially if we can get a green one, which would be closing above 33.50-ish, that would actually look uber sexy on the futures. And you can actually see, man, the relative to the EMAs, the spot price went way more deeper. And generally, candles that close like this on the lows are not super sexy, but we do have a little bifurcation between the futures and the spot. Look, we're way up here, not even close to the 55. Well, I mean, we tapped it intraday today. I guess when was that? Probably overnight, like 2, 3 a.m. Oh, midnight. Okay. So yeah, it's usually you get those little flash dumps early in the morning, or late at night, depending on how you want to look at that. Anyway, nice reaction here. Let's see if the Fed can give some lovely words of pumpage at 1 o'clock today. That's coming around the corner, so it's on everybody's screen. It will not be on mine. Oh man, you know what sucks is this candle is not very sexy. Taking it by itself, I mean, obviously we look at Mama Bear and Unicorn Shirt Man as kind of the leaders of the market. But if you were just looking at this chart by itself, this candle actually is pretty nasty when you take out both shorter term EMAs with one swipe. Not too great. But when you zoom out, we are just retesting all this consolidation. So that isn't too shabby. Again, the big problem here for bulls, as long as we don't keep getting continuation and building structure below some of these trend lines and some of these major support areas, and that would be about 75 on Litecoin for Charlie. And look at this, we got that little sign, little clue from this weekly we were talking about on Monday that is just kind of like, ew, what is this crap? That is not a sexy candle for bulls. But taking a break, we still do have higher highs, higher lows from back over here. So again, liquidation break is the theme of this video. Very nice for ETC, just coming back right to structure. I mean, this is not terrible. I mean, this is what we want to see for healthy building, chart building. We don't want to just moonshot all the way up, because then that usually just gets rejected and comes all the way back down. So this building the sine wave is what we want to see. Slight and up to the right, like 40 degrees is very sexy. Eventually it will get parabolic like this if we do enter into the full bull boner market that everyone is anticipating here as we approach the halving. Now, is the halving going to be a non-event this time? My friend made a good point the other day. We were chatting about it, and he said that, since it's not as significant as it once was, because, now it's only, single digit coins we're talking about, it's not that big of a deal. Before it was a lot more coins. And as time goes on, each halving will become less and less significant because it's just, one, it's already priced in and people can already see that curve going out pretty much indefinitely until, what is it, 2100 or some shit. I'll be long dead by then, as I'm sure most of us will. But so, yeah, that was a good point, I think, that he made is like, man, it just becomes less and less significant as time goes on. Because what is it this time? The halving, I can't remember. Is it going to 2.5? Let's see. I should know that, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like, I think it's something like that. 2.5 or it'll fall to 3.125. All right. Yeah, so it went from 25 to 12 to 6 to 3, right? So, and now there's only going to be about 1 million coins left over. So just less significant over time, which I would definitely echo his opinion on that. I think that's the correct way to look at it. Plus, it's all priced in anyway, right? All right, back to XRP, garlic bread. What is he cooking? Is he cooking any pasta today? No, he ain't doing shit. We did make an even high here. Shocker, got rejected all the way back down to 58. And as we were talking about too the other day about rotations, rotating into Bitcoin, or some people will trade stable coins. Some people won't. But, going into Bitcoin and then coming out, like right now, let's say you went to Bitcoin kind of at the highs when shit was getting a little frothy, and then you went all Bitcoin. Now you can go altcoin shopping again. So, Bitcoin's going to fall less, generally speaking, than most of the shit coins. So if Bitcoin goes down 10%, most of the shit coins are probably going to take, at least 10, but probably double-ish of what Bitcoin's drop is. And so that's one way you can play it if you don't want to mess with stable coins. I don't really have a particular issue with stable coins or going to fiat, but I know a lot of people like to stay in the crypto ecosphere. It does make taxes and stuff like that a little bit easier than if you're going back and forth, because that triggers events every time you do that. But if you just switch over to Bitcoin, it does not trigger that because you've not gone back to fiat. So just kind of depending on how you want to slice it up there. Anyway, back to the TA. We're going up. We're coming back. Same thing. Testing the trend line. This is where the bulls must defend. If they do not defend here, this is going to be the theme of the video. Liquidation break. Bulls must defend. If they don't start defending this week and into next week from these areas, we've already got the sell-off. We're already here. Then we'll have to really start questioning the bulls. We're not there yet, but that's kind of just you want to be prepared for both scenarios, right? The upside and the downside. And sometimes the neutral. Hey, what's up, Casey? I'm doing great, man. How are you today? Oh, he's got the fangs coming out in the NPCs. Oh, NPCs, not the NPCs. Yep, here we go. A little dump fest, but same thing, right? We're kind of on this little sloppy kind of ish trend line, but most important, overlooking the structure, looking fairly decent, getting caught right here, trying to make higher highs and higher lows. So very important that bulls defend these price levels, pretty much where we're at, like right now. Funny that it's on Fed Day too. Oh, Tron giving us the sign. We were talking about this last week. Like, man, is Tron signaling that there's weakness coming? And it freaking did. What the hell? Justin Sun, the leader of crypto now, he is the new mama bear. No, I'm just kidding. Definitely joking. Although I do like Tron. Its fees are really low. It's super fast. Way better than Unicorn, man. That's for sure. But this is a pretty good sell-off, no doubt. What are we at here? Like 30%, just shy, about 25%. But again, look, we're just testing structure. We're still in this box. This is the area where bulls need to step it up. We're right on the weekly 21. This is it. This is beautiful. Imagine this chart. Look, boom, 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 boom. See, right? That's all we want to see. This isn't bad. So keep your pants on. Don't get your panties in a wad, all that kind of shit, whatever other analogy we can squeeze in there. Dot, same shit, coming to test structure, right on the trend line. This is it, guys. Defend here. Do not keep down on these lows through the weekend. And we'll know this pretty quick. I mean, it's already Wednesday, so we'll know this by Sunday, a few days. Oh, let's go to full screen, man. Give y'all some more real estate. My bad. We got MPCs, NGRs. All right, and ADA. What do we got on ADA? Their wheelchair ramp is getting breached right now. A little bit nasty. So this one is already getting a little gross. But look, DMI is not above 26. And again, one candle doesn't make a trend change. This is what we don't want to see building below. It's okay to breach it just for like a couple days, few days, and then snap back above it. If we see that by the weekend on this and it gets back above 66, this bitch is probably going to make new local highs off of that. Conversely, though, building back below 56 looks like garbage. We don't want to see that. Same MO, man, as all these charts, even with Link, retesting structure from December, from pretty much Q4 of last year. So very important what the Bulls do from right here. I mean, if y'all haven't gotten that point yet, I guess I could beat the horse a little bit more. Let's do it right here. Testing the structure. Don't break it. Don't breach this. It's okay a little bit more. But really, if the Bulls are super strong, they shouldn't even really let price get any much more down than what we've already experienced so far. BCH. BCH, nasty, man. This is actually like a little bit more gross of a chart because structure isn't until all the way at 300. So this could still get a little bit of pressure. But in the same vein as most everything else, it does have a little bit of structure right here before this waterfall. But so about maybe there's a little bit intermediate support in the 350 area. But ultimately, it's about 320 for the mega support on this guy. But hey, overall, higher highs, higher lows. Can't get too mad. BSV also took it on the chin as well, giving up a lot of the gains, doing a little bit of breaching on this trend line. Again, same shit. It's still holding against structure. And as long as we don't build below kind of these levels for too long, it's all good. XMR, same thing. Wow, it's like it's the same on every chart. How weird. Needs to hold about upper 120s. And again, same shit, different day. I'm just going to keep going. SEC, absolute dump fest, 3,000, 30%. But look where it stalled. On the H pattern that actually played out to the T. If y'all don't know what an H pattern is, you can see this. This one is not very talked about in the TA land. I don't know why, because it's a really good pattern. It's one of my favorites. And so you can just put this at the top of the H. Barely missed it on the measured move, but damn close. And look where it is, right at the structure again. Needs to hold 24 and obviously get back above 29. So this one is kind of like a little bit weaker. It's more range bound now than it is bullish. So between 24 and 29 is ping pong mode. Dash. Oh shit, it's the same damn thing. How weird. Yeah, this one, it's kind of in the vein of SEC. Man, the privacy coins just cannot get no love, man. It's kind of crazy. I guess everyone's scared about them because the government's going to delist it off Coinbase. Oh no. Fucking Coinbase, dude. God, it makes me sick. I've been in crypto for a long time, and like just how everybody just wants to suck ETP, ETF, Coinbase dick because, oh, it's approved. My tendies will go up. Dude, fuck that. I'd rather have Bitcoin half the price it is now and have bankers way less involved. But that's just me. Whatever. Kind of the same thing, though. Test and structure. Although round trip real quick there. Pump and kind of dump so far. So pretty nasty on Dashy Poo there. Let's see. Doge. No, below 14 handle. What? Elon, save us. Make it payment on tips on Twitter or X or whatever the hell you're going to call it. Again, though, look where it is. Testing the upper part of this structure. I mean, this isn't super terrible, y'all. Very nice momentum on the oscillators. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, I mean, this ain't really shit. Again, same MO. Just don't build the chart too low here. Nice little liquidation break. We start just consolidating on the lows or making new lows, then we'll have to kind of reassess the situation, especially if that takes place in Mama Bear. This one is very interesting to me. Stacks. Look at this chart, y'all. Look at this. Y'all see this? Y'all see this shit? No sell off. Nothing. Oh yeah, sorry, it went down 6.5%. Nothing, man. Very beautiful. Beautiful chart. I love this little pattern right here. I'm not sure what the name of it is. It's kind of like a upward facing pennant flag kind of thing. We've talked about it quite a bit on the channel. Whenever you just get this slow drift with incremental higher highs and higher lows, it is pretty damn sexy and generally does lead to new highs off that structure, which would be above, like 320-ish. Very impressive, though, that this did not get shook out and is already rallying. So stacks, way to go. And that's based off some ordinal stuff. So speaking of ordinals, let's just run over to Ordi and see what it's doing. Yeah, not as strong, down 30%, but still staying well above in its yearly structure. So that's kind of nice if you see this between about 54 and 84. Big range, but nice consolidation with very small incremental higher lows. Look at this. Look at this guy right there. Look at that. Right on the trend line. Whoa, it's like they're all doing the same thing. It's like it's the same sector or something. Oh, this is what we want to see right here. If this closes like this is bullish AF. This is BAF. This is what we want to see in the next few days, especially on Mama Bear. We start seeing this, man, we probably going to make some new highs, boys and girls. This is exactly what we want to see. Engulfing, strength from the bulls off a major structure. This is textbook. True on TrueFi out of all the things. How funny is that? That it's happening on TrueFi, the thing that was kind of in the slumps for a really long time. But nice job. This is kind of what we're looking for on Mama Bear and across the board on Shitcoinlandia. XRD is still doing fairly good. A little 10% sell off yesterday, but look where it's stalling against structure right on top of the blue box. If it can kind of stay above this low 6-cent handle, it does look pretty damn sexy. And we are getting chrono cross now. And the next couple of days, by the end of the week, I know it's barely incrementally higher from these couple dots. I'm looking at the longer term, which is the 200 moving average. And that is barely starting to curl up. So as long as we stay above 6 cents for the rest of this week, we will have an official chrono cross on this, which is sexy because I don't know if it's ever really had one since it came out. Yeah, because it's not really old enough. You have kind of a sloppy one right here. But by the time that's a little aggressive. I like them when they're sloped nicely at that like 40 to 50 degree angle. Super sexy time. V-Chain. Oh, shit. Look, same thing. It's testing the structure. How weird. Of Christmas time. Christmas structure. All right, let's go to the weekly real quick. Yeah, I mean, this chart looks super sexy still above 3.5. So I know people freaking out, man. Oh God, crypto, why is it going down? It's like, well, it just went up like 300%, like Bitcoin specifically. All coins gone up more. It's like, dude, what the hell, man? We can take a break. It's fine. This is what happens in crypto bull cycles. You pump super hard, and then you give up like, maybe a quarter of it or something. And then you pump super hard and violently give up a bunch of it again. I mean, it's kind of the crypto MO if you are new to the scene. Let's see here. Adam kind of a little shy here. It's trying to do intermediate, higher highs, higher lows, but ultimately it hasn't really even got bullish. It's still very much in a big range between about 8 and 13-ish. Let's go back to the daily. But same kind of MO, testing previous structure. A little bit deeper retrace, but if you look left, we are above all this and kind of all this support here before it broke down. A couple stabs there. So good spot there. Osmos, not so much. We are getting a little hammer candle right here, so that's kind of sexy. Let's see. This one's a little bit deeper for sure. Almost putting itself back in the range of about 142 and like a dollar. Um, but you do have a little support. Yeah, a dollar, man. Needs to really hold a dollar. Barely got close to it at like one mid-teens. So we'll see about this one. It is kind of getting a little bit bearish, to be fair, on the oscillators even. So a little bit weak sauce on Osmos, and kind of funny too because it went sideways as hell while everything was rallying pretty much this year. I guess it had already rallied super hard, so it just took a breather the whole time, which kind of surprising a little bit as they do have some pretty cool stuff. Didex, that exchange is growing super fast. I mean, yeah, their ecosystem's pretty sweet, but I guess to be fair, it did pump 700%. So, we can take a little bit of a 30% breather. It's fine. Ton, let's go. Ton, maybe let's go. Ton, dude, what the shit? Telegram, suck it, is what it's saying to the bull market or bear market. Wait, bear market? No. Hold on. To the bears. Beautiful chart. Relative strength like a mofo, dude. Between this one, the Ordinals coin, STX, stacks, or whatever. Beautiful chart. I mean, this is bullish as hell above that 350 level, which we were talking about Monday off of this box over here, which is a fib extension from previous structure. Beautiful, beautiful reversal. Just rejection straight up from the bulls. They're like, nah, bitch, you ain't got shit. Let's go. Telegram right at 420. What would be a target on this past that? Let's pull some fibbies. Let's see. About 550, mid fives. So you got 420 on the 618. Here, we'll just go ahead and horizontal these out. Bam. Boom. Easy peasy. So go, you're shy of it a little bit. Yeah, whatever, man. Close is close enough. And Matic. Oh, Polygon lost its trend line, but look where it's getting bid up at. Or not yet, sorry. Look where it's stalling so far. It's actually just kind of chilling. But look where it's stalling. Right on this weekly chrono cross. Oh, beautiful. This is one of my favorite setups for long entries. Or could be short if it looked like this. Could be short. But very sexy on a weekly, man. And you've got chrono cross with less than 10%. Less than 10%. Single digit range on this. To me, this is buy the dip hardcore until it breaks 84. This is super sexy structure right here. Only thing that can make it more sexy is once we get that weekly stab above like 145. You doggy. Then it's gonna look real good. Moving on. EOS. What the shit? I mean ES. Sorry. Pumping sideways. Just squeezing in this damn triangle, man. Could it fill it out more? Actually, yeah, it could. But it's probably going to break it here this week as the Fed is going to bless us with its amazing words of wisdom here in about a couple hours. So, y'all, this range is super easy to see. 5150, 5250, easy peasy. Same here, squeezing. Still looks perfectly fine above 18. Probably getting a range break this week after the Lord Fed speaks. Dow says, no, it's fine. We rallying, bitch. Very nice on the Dows. This thing, why are my horizontals not loading? Oh, do I not even have any up here? I thought I did have some up here. Well, anyway, regardless, we do have a slight, small little trend line, kind of building like that. So looks fine above 39,000. I mean, easy peasy, tight little range up here too as we wait for Daddy Fed. Rut dog, barely on the opposite end. Everything else is squeezing to the top of its range. Rut is still being a little punk ass biatch, barely holding about 2050. But it is nice that it's holding above this candle, right above the 21. Let's jump out to the weekly real quick. I mean, yeah, this looks fine. Chrono cross almost probably needs a couple more weeks to get that fully intact. But man, yeah, this looks perfectly fine above 2050-ish. Again, waiting for Daddy Fed to get that out of the way, which will be here soon. The trannies catching bids on that kind of sounds funny. Trannies are catching bids on the 200, just still filling out this range. between about 16 and a low 15. So nothing really new there yet. It's got to get out of that. VIX, look at this, back to the bottom. But we do have different behavior now, so this might be getting negated here soonish, is because we've still getting respect on the lower end of the trend line, but now we're actually making weaker highs, and that goes back for about a month now. So a little bit different behavior. We'll see if that gets frothed up here in about a couple hours. Yeah, look at this rejection. Man, that 90 level ain't no joke. That's why we look at that 90 handle super serially on VVIX, which is volatility on volatility. I know that's confusing as hell. It's like the VIX of the VIX, the VIG of the VIX, pretty much. Anyway, though, it's back below in the 80s. I mean, it's just super tight range here. Nothing really to add on to that. It was looking a little concerning last week, but since then, the Fed drift said suck it. And kind of just getting squeezed between the long and short-term EMAs. Oil is the big one, man. Oil is almost freaking broke out yesterday. Actually, I'm sorry. It technically did open and close above $82. That's its first daily open and close above 82 since back over here. Now, it did get swiftly rejected, but it did lead to a pretty gnarly rally, getting just shy of $95. And if this freaking goes up past 82 comfortably and keeps riding this trend line, man, dude, the inflation will go bananas. It will suck. And they probably will have to hike again. That's the thing. Maybe I don't really listen to a lot of financial gurus in air quotes that you couldn't see me just do. But, dude, the oil thing is serious. And that could tempt the Fed, if it kept going up, to tame our hot inflation. All their fucking bullshit words. What a joke. They might hike some more, which I actually think is in the cards. I do not think the dovish Fed's coming this year at all. I don't think that's in the cards at all. I know a lot of people think they're just going to cut, reload the hopium punch bowl and all that shit. But, dude, the mutual funds and money market funds and the banks and all these companies are holding record amounts of cash, like the most they've ever held. It's like over $6 trillion in cash they're holding. So why the hell would they want rates to go down? They're positioned perfectly. They can freaking make the market crash, by keep raising them, scare everybody as they keep telling them that. And they're sitting on 6 trillion, getting 7% now or 5 or whatever it ends up going to. And then they'll have all that cash on the sideline for when a crash happens to Scoopy. I mean, it's kind of seems pretty obvious at this point, but I don't know. What do I know? I'm just some jackass on the internet. All right, so oil, that will be a and for the cutting thing, I really only think they'll cut rates if two things happen. Unemployment doubles at least from here, or we get a major crash in like the major crash in the majors. Is that how you say it? Anyway, like of the major crash being like more than 30%. So yeah, I don't think that's in the cards very much. All right, let's see here. Oh, funny man. Hey, I see some of y'all lurking in the chats, bros. Y'all need to type in something, ticker, something. Do it, man. Do it. There's something you want me to look at, I know. And it's funny, I always get more views when the price is down a lot. I've noticed that over the last couple years, or few years, or 4 years. I don't know how long I've been doing these videos. It's been a long time. Let's see. TNX. Oh, man. Beautiful. Almost Chrono Cross. You already know what's up, though. That 430 handle. We start getting above there. Ooh, hike-a-lay way. All the way to the top, man. Anything back below like 420, though, y'all know that's been the pivot point on rates, which is hilarious that it's 420. Go figure. What else would it be? Gold just chilling out, waiting for the Fed to sing its stupid song. That's coming up. Same with silver, just going sideways. Right up here at the top. See, look how it's respecting the chart. Oh my gosh, how crazy is that? Platinum. Oh man, nasty rejection at 950. Will it get caught one more again in the upper 800 handle? I don't know, maybe. I don't really trade platinum that much. I just kind of like to keep an eye on it. Traded a few times, but the ETFs, there's only a few of them that you can trade. And the futures contract is gigantic, so I don't like to tie up that much capital with one of those. Above 1,000 looks okay. This kind of cryptolandia, look, breaking out of this little measured move from the head and shoulders it already hit and retesting the neckline. Hey, that's sexy above 980-ish. GDX, yeah, you already know that's been kind of garbage, whatever. All right, let's go look at the miners real quick, and then I'll get to your stuff, Mr. Lewis. The miners, beautiful bouncy bounce. Let's actually go to our miner index. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely candle. And we got nice rejection off that 21 by the bulls for the bears and structure. I like this a lot as long as we're staying above that 21, which, or let's just say about 1400 on this guy. And you can see we got some love on the miners today, just a little bit, nothing too crazy, but they're bouncing. I did load up on some of these earlier in the week. We talked about that on Monday. So that's coming into fruition. I like that. I did not get any wolf though. Holy moly. I just put in a shit ton of orders. I did call spreads. I did sold some puts. I just kind of put a little bit of everything, straight shares on some of them that have shittier options. I just like worked a bunch of orders. Not all of them got filled, but you know, that's okay. I like price to kind of, I don't get too aggressive unless I'm have really high conviction on a trade, but which I kind of did on these. I probably should have got a little bit more aggressive, but that's okay. I still got filled pretty good on these. So I kind of pretty much just went all the way back in Cryptolandia on this dip from trimming a little bit earlier, which I discussed on some of the videos, you know, a couple weeks ago or whatever. So now I'm back full boner. Let's go. Let's get it in. This is the level that these should pump from. If Bitcoin's not going to break down, then these are going to be really good trades still. I mean, yeah, they're up today, but you know, I still really believe that these will be good trades as long as they're holding some of these major structures. As we kind of fan through some of these, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And everything rides on Mama Bear, y'all. And as we talked about on Monday, you know, these are a little bit laggards. They want Mama Bear to confirm breakouts before they start running super hard. Of course, there's always outliers, but we're not going to argue the 1%. That's dumb. We have to live in majority reality land. And so this is just like the MO of the miners, right? And so you can see here when Bitcoin officially broke out in late December, then these started actually following. But when you barely attempt to break out and you don't have a weekly open and close above the previous all-time high, a la 69K, which we didn't get. If we flash over here real quick, we almost got it. It was so close, but we dojied it. So once that gets open and close on a weekly, I imagine those miners will get real frothy. I'm just kind of getting in a little bit, maybe earlier, and just because off the structure, man, look at these. It's pretty much, it was just so easy peasy. It still is. I mean, you're talking 10, 20% risk on most of these before they break structure. And I mean, those can be anywhere from freaking 3 to 10 to 1s, depending on the chart. And I really, Mara is probably my favorite one. I love this like kind of complex inverted head and shoulders, testing, consolidating, and ranging above the neckline. And not quite chrono cross on the weekly, but damn close. So I do like Mara probably the best out of those. All right, let's get it in, Casey. Let's go, buddy. Fang. Let's see here. What do we got on the fangs, man? Beautiful. You always find all the bullishest charts in the world, but it's so bearish, doom and gloom. Nah, there's no bullishness. As the greatest trader in the world, Jim Cramer says, there's always a bull market somewhere. And it's whatever, it's just the opposite of whatever he says, generally, right? Aha. Anyway, it looks very good above 175-ish. Let's see. I'd say probably about 180s. Somewhere in the 180s could be a stop on this. And then if we go back to the... Man, I haven't seen Diamondback in a long time, man. Oh, this actually kind of sucks. If energy is going to be breaking out, we actually don't want this trade to play out for the inflation narrative. Maybe in trading it might be good, but damn, I know y'all would be hurting at the freaking store. We all are. I don't care how rich you are. That shit sucks buying groceries and stuff. It's just like, dude, the hell, bro? It's like 2 bags and it's like $110. You're like, what is this shit, dude? It's like almost everyone needs a food job. They just need a job only to pay for their food. Anyway, this looks good above the mid 70s. I'd probably target like 200, maybe just a little past 200. And then ultimately, there is a real big target of upper 200s. So that's kind of what I'll be looking at there. What do you got? Long entry 190. Oh, yeah. So you're waiting for that kind of little bigger moonshot one. Yeah. And that's definitely kind of a spot there for that range. I could get behind that because you're stopping out against all of this right here in the upper 160s. You're actually a little lower, 163, but whatever. $5 is splitting hair on a $190 stock, so not a big deal. Yeah, not too shabby. Let's go to MPC. MPC. Wee doggy. Wow. What? Okay, hold on, real quick before I do this. I gotta look before I forget. Let's go to XLE real quick. Uh-oh. Yeah, XLE is attempting breakout here at 93. I actually want to know if that breaks out over this. We're going to put an alert on here real quick. Bear with me. Crossing up. We want to know if that's breaking out. This actually does look like it wants it. Man, Chrono Cross, pretty aggressive too. What about the weekly? Ooh, man, kind of ascending triangle right there. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Okay. That's pretty interesting. Ascending triangle, if you don't see what I'm seeing, because sometimes I take for granted that I just see stuff on these charts as I've been looking at them for over a decade. I'm like a crackhead, pretty much. Chart crackhead. I don't know. Chart head. Whatever. Man, very nice there. And some people take the all the way at the end. I kind of like to take the middle, a little bit to the thicker side for my measured move. So wow, that's a measured move of clearing $100, about 110. Dang. Okay, interesting on the energy. XOM. What is XOM doing? Oh yeah, same thing on Exxon Mobil. Okay. Woo, doggy. All right. Let's go back to what you were talking about. MPC. Looks like you found a wow, dude, beast mode. Look at this run from COVID. 500%, dude. Woo. Beautiful consolidation right here on the highs. Gave you plenty of opportunity on that late last year. Interesting. We need to look at energy stuff more. I'm gonna FOMO in right now, all in. Just kidding. Been looking good above 175. This is getting a little frothy though. This is kind of a little tough. This is kind of a tougher chart to read because we're already up in blue sky mode, like pretty hardcore and right up under 200, which usually the whole numbers like 100, 150, 200 generally will provide pretty good resistance and blue sky breakouts. Let me confirm that it's had never been this high before. No, okay. So it's a little bit tougher on this one. Let's use this big candle with lots of volume on it. Because you can see this candle with lots of volume on it. You just kind of see what I'm talking about. Those are important. And as long as price stays above or below those, depending on if you're bearish or bullish, you're generally pretty good. Oh my God, sorry about that. Generally pretty good. And so let's use that candle as kind of our stop, which looks like this guy. So as long as it's above about upper 180s, it looks okay. So what you thinking about on that one? Stop at 163. Nah, that's way too low for me. I wouldn't take it that far. And you're looking for 264. Yeah, man, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could get behind that setup exactly. I mean, 264 is past the 4618 of this long consolidation. I mean, that's very aggressive. And even off this small consolidation, yeah, 200 is already showing that's the resistance. How funny. That's what we were just talking about. So yeah, I'd probably wait for this one to consolidate or something, or use it tighter, like I said, with this candle. Because once you get back below like 190, I mean, you're probably almost guaranteed to go to that 160. So not my favorite setup there. NRG, man, you got all the energy today. Haha. He's Red Bulling, boy. Oh, what? Oh, dude, this is not good for inflation. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, as oil's freaking getting to that 82, and we've been talking about that the last few weeks, and then now you're showing me all these freaking energy charts breaking out. Holy moly. All-time highs? Probably. Looks like it. Yep. Okay. All-time highs with mega support in the mid 40s, which is kind of far away. Let's go to the daily. Let's ratchet down. Man, yeah, a lot on Friday, Monday, lots of energy volume. Interesting. We're seeing that kind of across the board. Above low 60s. This does look pretty damn good still, but kind of in the same vein as the previous one. It's kind of tough. We're already like really up in the stratosphere here. And I mean, these just aren't going to give us any fib extensions off of this. I mean, it's just too tight. Yeah, I mean, 72 maybe, like mid 70s just off of that consolidation. And then, I mean, if we were really aggressive and using these big ranges, yeah, maybe you're looking at like 70 to 80 bucks could be like a target on this. And if that was the case, if I were to use that, I would definitely stop out around low 60s on this. What you thinking? You got 59. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. That might be probably that one or Fang, probably the better one. All right, WSM, Williams in Sonoma. Is this energy too? No, retail. Oh, it's a retail place. Jesus Christ, 18 billion market cap, making money. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, Pottery Barn. Okay. West Elms. A bunch of stores I don't go into. Maybe your wife goes into those stores probably. But yeah, cool. Nope, definitely not going into any of those fucking overpriced garbage stores. But apparently the market likes them. Nice pump. Man, just had earnings, had a huge pump after not really even smashing it, doing fairly good, beating them. You could argue above 245, it looks pretty good. We are getting a little frothy up here off of the historical volatility. A little tough though, man. You've picked a little tough ones today. Not gonna lie, man. Let's measure this consolidation. That give us some good targets. 300. Holy shnikes. Now 500. That sounds crazy. Hey, anything can happen though in the markets. So lots of resistance at about 300. And then with this gap, I mean, if I was going to trade this, I would play it as a gap and go trade, and I'd pretty much just hold it if it was above like 262. And as soon as it lost kind of this gap, I would probably get out of it. Or if time goes by and it goes in your favor, the 21 EMA. It's kind of what I would play with that one. What you got on that? Looking for 404. Ooh, he's got one of them aggressive ones. And 239 stop. Yeah, that's I could get behind that trade. Yeah, that's not terrible. I mean, that's taking a little bit higher risk than I would. 20% on a stock is quite large. But yeah, I mean, I could get behind stopping below this. I just kind of feel that anything below 263, especially sustainable amount of time, isn't the best sexy time. So I would just adjust that to the 260 area for my personal trading. And then what would that be? Let's just kind of look. So about 10%. If we look for about 20, be about 350 or so. But yeah, to each his own, man. Vistra. Holy shit, dude. What the frick, dude? Utilities. Vistra. I mean, dude, this chart is mega bull boner. Where do they operate? Texas? I've never even heard of them. I'm in Central Texas, but holy shit balls, dude. Founded in 1882. Damn, they've been around for a minute. So they've been publicly traded since when? Wow, not until 2017. They must have changed names or something. Usually those old school stocks go back to like the 70s at some point, but not this one. Holy shit, dude. This is just ridiculous. I don't know if I could touch this one. That is straight vertical. Gun to head, though. I mean, if it's above 58 bucks, I could get behind it. That's about it, though. There's nowhere to pull fibs on this. They're already all eaten up, except maybe you could force this little one here. And so let's just kind of use that. Oopsie daisy. Let's just kind of use that. If we were stopping out 10 and looking for the 3-6-1-8 to 4-6-1-8 to get your 2-1, like maybe that would be in the cards. But man, this bitch is freaking Pompey. Yeah, wow. I this thing is just insanely high. I don't think I could trade that one. That's just too much up there. Like I said, gun to head, maybe $60. I'd stop out and hold it above that because you never know. Shit can just keep going up, especially when you're blue skying. But wow, impressive move by Vistra Corp, man. And then ALSN. Allison Transmissions. Is that who this is? Oh, yes, it is. Make some of the best transmissions ever. That's what our truck has in it. A nice good old Allison behind a big old Duramax diesel. That's our tow rig for cars and stuff. Good shit. Anyway, this looks pretty damn sexy above $74. I actually do kind of like this one. Man, this gap and go, dude. Woo! Look at them go. Allison trannies. Woohoo! This shit's beast mode. Let's go to the weekly. All-time highs, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. A little far away from the 21. Oh, excuse me. But I'd use the daily on this one. Above 7, like low 70s, looks pretty good. Momo is still pretty much there. Yeah, above 70s. Low 70s looks fine. Not really anywhere to pull fibs at unless we go way back in time to like this gap. We can probably get a couple from that. So maybe just shy of $100. Well, I mean, we have this $80 target here, but we're pretty much already there. So I'm looking a little bit higher. So yeah, probably like the 80 handle somewhere in there would be like a good target. Just maybe 100 if you're aggressive. Yeah, you're at 100. Yeah, I mean, that's not terrible. That one and the Fang one. And then what was the other one? The MS or NRG one. I like those probably the best. But probably the Allison one is kind of taking the cake. Maybe I'm biased though, because I also am a car guy, but nice. I like this little consolidation and this reformation that Bulls got this shit and they're trying to break out again. So that actually looks pretty good. Not too shabby. In the car spirit, let's actually go look at some car stuff. Let's go look at automotive parts, boys. Is O'Reilly still rallying hard? Yep. Oh, this is AutoZone. My bad. Dude, when you think it couldn't go higher at $2,700, dude, when are they going to split this thing? This is just too crazy. Like, I bet you if you asked anyone that trades, hey, how much do you think AutoZone stock is priced at? Like, I bet you almost no one would guess over $3,000. I mean, that's like Amazon pre-split levels, man. That's crazy. Crazy town. Wild. Well, Duralast is doing they're doing that shit, aren't they? Beautiful pump though. Looks very bullish above 2,800. Crazy town, man. O'Reilly's probably the same thing. Yeah, look at this breaking out. Parts car, man. The car market sucks. We talked about this actually a month or two ago. The market just getting hit. So repairs and part guys are going to be making good money right now as everybody doesn't or can't afford high interest rate car loans and is going to fix, their beaters and the shit that they've had for a while because it's not feasible to spend fucking $50,000 plus the financing on an average car. That's insanity, man. Especially for most of these cars are garbage that come out now. Quality controls are terrible, blah, 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 whatever. I do have AAP. This is in my books right now, so that's doing good. I like that one. And I should have kind of went a little heavier on the car market, it looks like. Okay, Q's pumping. We go here all the time. It's a junkyard. They also run aftermarket body parts for the most part. And then they run lots of junkyards all across the country. Oh, wow. Actually, look at this daily, y'all. This is actually very sexy. Look at all these vol flashes up here. That is like 7 almost in a row. Ooh-wee. I'm glad you brought up oil and some automotive stuff there, Mr. Casey. See, and that's why it's good, man, to share tickers and don't just lurk in there, man. Just put it out there. It's okay. And plus, it can help us find other stuff. Like, dude, this shit looks real good above $50. I might go work in some puts on this. Maybe some call spreads. I don't know. I'll look at the options matrix and see what's up. But, man, I actually really like this setup. another few days, we'll have a chrono cross. Probably won't be till next week, maybe mid next week. But on the vol flashes and this just little consolidation, and given what the other car market stocks are doing, sexy time. I even already have this marked to look at and buy. That's what this green flag means. I guess I was retarded and didn't do that. That's okay, though. Holly, let's see what Holly's doing. Holly's kind of just chilling. Big pump right here. It actually looks pretty good above 369. How about Dorman? Oh, Dorman's trying to break out too. Look at this, man. Are the car stonks, part stonks the way? Look at this too. Vol flashes on the daily, very similar to LKQ. This looks bullish as hell above upper 80s. Ooh, Highland. This is an Austin company trying to do, I don't know what the hell are they doing. Man, I should have held on to this one longer. We bought this one on stream back in December, but I sold it all when it filled this gap. Very nice though. Continuation. They do like electronic drivetrains, semi truck conversions or some shit like that. I don't know. But it actually does look really good above like 120 ish. Not too bad, man. Car peoples be waking up. Let's see. Commercial vehicle group. No, you don't want to look at any of those. Most of these are garbage. Man, except Lear. Lear's actually about to do Chrono Cross as well. How about Goodyear? Man, Goodyear's been flat for about 800 years. If you go to the monthly, it literally has been pretty much, this is like the most giant head and shoulders, complex head and shoulders ever, going back to 1968, y'all. It's literally, man, think about holding this from 1968 to today after 20,000 days. You're like, damn, I'm flat, bro. Shit. Well, actually, we all know you're like really down because of inflation, but ouch. Terrible performer. One of the funkiest charts, man, that's been around that long that I've probably seen. And I've seen my fair share of the charts. Oh, here's Allison. Speaking of, yeah, it's on my list there. Parts, what's Parts doing? Oh, wow, it's getting absolutely monkey hammered. So no one likes this at all. It's going to die. 2 into the hole. It looks like it's going to go bankrupt, kind of. Ouch. Yeah. Taking heat on there. What is this? China Automotive Group kind of base in here. Interesting. So LKQ, Highland. What was the other one? Was it Dorman? Yeah, Dorman. Very interesting stonks here. And these are just so freaking expensive, man. They need to split these. This is ridiculous. Come on. Split this shit, bro. Make it, because you're not going to get new investors to come in when one share is $3,000. They're going to be like, what, bro? What, bro? That's too much, dude. All right, let's go to sector majors. What do we got here? Man, Boeing, dude. What the frick, dude? Ouch. Maybe this finds a little support here in the 170, 180 area. I don't know. Apple, nothing really happening. Disney just continuing to pump off these lows. Hopefully some of y'all got that. We were talking about this being a great trade right here. As long as it held upper 80s. Very beautiful move. Very beautiful move. Let's go to Duke Nukem. Let's go to some nuclear stocks. I'm kind of curious where they've been at lately. We haven't looked at those in a long time. Vol flash on the weekly. Oh, we about to get some movement here. This actually does look pretty good above $33. Interesting. Uranium. Ooh, yeah, this actually looks pretty good above like $44. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Okay. Okay. Let's go look at some exchange tokens real fast. Oh shit. Look at this. KuCoin. Oh, this is what we want to see across the board, y'all, especially in Mama Bear and some of the bigger well-known cryptos is get this reaction. That's what we want to see. What we got here? BNB. Little dumpies. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Vite trying to do it. Wow, Vite. Okay. Whoa, ouch. Kyber network. Quick round trip. A-frame pattern. This house is getting built in the woods of Colorado where it snows a lot. They don't want none of that cold weather building on top of there. All right, I think that's probably it for today. Let's just look. We haven't looked at quantum stocks in a really long time. They probably are shit still, but let's go look just for shits and giggles. No. Wow. Okay. IBM, dude. What? It's actually doing something? Wow. So is Qtum. Defiance. This is the ETF. Holy shit. Okay. Above 57. This thing is actually officially broken out. Wow. Okay. Maybe qubits could be a play here. This actually, if the sector's breaking out here, qubits actually might be a trade coming up. We could be doing a little bump and run action off of this trend line. Ooh. Ooh, let's put it on the list just to keep an eye on there. IBM though, wow, impressive. Impressive move, IBM. It hadn't done shit. And this is a monthly, by the way. So this is 2015 to here. So almost 3,000 days. It has done nothing but this nice kind of saucer accumulation type pattern. Does look pretty good, especially above about 170. Interesting. Interesting. IBM, man. Haven't heard them in a while, right? That was like all the rage back in the day. And real quick, let's just look at the solar action. No, not great. No, not great. Oh, this stock is dying. Look at those shit volume. Look at that garbage. Yeah, 13K. Well, it looks like their idea is not going anywhere. They were going to do solar panel windows or something on office buildings. Yeah, it looks like that's not working out very well. Yeah, solar's dying. Uh-oh. It cannot be charged any longer with the fakeness. All right. That's it for today. I got to get going. Much love, guys. We're going to wrap it up here. Bitcoin, bounce hard here. Defend this area. Do not be a bitch. Do what some of those altcoins are doing. We start getting weak here through the weekend. Weekend weakness. That's a lot of weeks. That's going to look shitty. I would say by Sunday, by the close, this needs to rally. If it doesn't, I mean, that would also be another marker in different behavior land. We already have all-time high hit before the halving. We had all the shit coin, meme coins, Dogecoin, Flocky, Whiff Hat, all this other garbage rallied really hard. That usually doesn't happen until the very latter end of the cycle. So this would be another marker if it breaks this trend line before, it actually moonshots. So, and it's done that every single time, right? It's been the same one. And real quick to finish it off, let's go look at the pi cycle. We're below it. That's not cool. What the hell, Bitcoin? Stop being a punk. But nothing really to add to the pi cycle. So, we probably really won't even have to be concerned about that until we're at like 80 to 100,000, something, around that area. But until next time, friends, much love. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Thank you, Casey Lewis, for dropping some tickers. And that's it. Happy hump day. This is No Noiz. I am Z-Rex. Peace.